Self-improvement is great, especially on the outside. You talk about it to an average person who has never been on it. It sounds great. You make more money, you get more women, you basically level up your life, right? And that seems amazing. One thing I don't see a lot of people talk about, which is extremely important, is the fact that you will actually lose a part of yourself when you get onto this new journey. The first time self-improvement actually started to become more of a hassle to my life than actually that's something that benefited my life was last year in 2023, because I missed out on a crap ton of opportunities to do something that I would actually really enjoy, purely because I knew I was on self-improvement. So I had to be disciplined. I can't do things that I would find pleasurable. That's not right. That's what I was thinking. I could do nothing that was bad for me. And looking back, I just feel like it wasn't worth it. I just wasted so many opportunities. I would have the chance to eat a meal that I really like let's say there was a freaking donut or something that I really wanted. I would prevent eating it, even though I know that eating one donut is not going to suddenly make me fat. I would still ignore it because oh, I had to be disciplined. I'd had the chance to go out for a movie, I'd had the chance to go on a road trip, whatever, and I would just prevent doing it because I felt that I should not enjoy myself. I felt like I should do nothing that actually makes me feel good. That's what I thought. Thing is, majority of the self-improvement content creators, I don't even blame them for this, but they will make it seem like you cannot do anything that you actually find happy when you get onto self-improvement, and they'll make it seem like it's a wrong thing to do. For example, an average person may go out and enjoy at McDonald's once a while, and they'll make it seem like, oh, if you go and enjoy McDonald's once in a while, you're an average person. I used to agree with back then, but now I don't. I'd go as far as to say that the more that you actually start finding self-improvement as something that, oh, it's a task, something that you have to do, something that's getting in your way, that's when you really need to take a step back and look at things. Because self-improvement, what is it, right? It's meant to make your life better, not worse. And if you find that you're less happy, you're more upset, you're enjoying life a whole lot less doing self-improvement than not, then that's when you're taking it, I don't want to say you're taking it too far, but you're taking it in the wrong direction. And since I have stopped being so one-dimensional and sort of strict with my habits that, okay, I will only do this, I will never do that. Since I stopped, got rid of that mindset, I have been a whole lot more than happy, just satisfied with my life. I was never, when I, especially last year, like I said, I was not satisfied with my life. I knew I was doing the right things, but I was just not, I felt like my life was incomplete in a way. I was just not doing things that, brought a smile onto my face. I was doing things for the sake of it. I just didn't enjoy anything. But now I feel like I found that perfect combination between actually, okay, moving towards being a productive person, but also being happy in the current state I'm in right now. If there's a meal that I really want, I will schedule a time that I'm going to have it, and I will have it. If there's a movie that's, a new movie, I really want to watch it, I'll go and watch it. I'm not going to overthink about it because it's not going to ruin my life. Like these people on YouTube make it seem it's not going to ruin my life. It isn't for you either. And I personally think you still need to be super strict with your routine. I'm not saying that, you need to have, for example, you spend 7 days a week. Okay, 5 days are fine. The last 2 days, go binge on your diet, do whatever you want, drink. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, often once in a while you'll get that urge to, really do something. You'll crave doing something, go ahead and do it. Don't think that okay, just because it's a bad habit or something that's not good for you, don't think that you shouldn't do it, because often in the long term, these small things that, even though it may at that moment be a bad thing, for example, like junk food, watching a movie, you're stimulating your mind, whatever, over the long term it'll actually benefit your life. You've got to understand that self-improvement is not something, okay, you do this super strict for 2 months and then it'll change your life. No, it's something you continue for the rest of your life, right? For your whole life. So you've got to make it in a way that'll be, it should be a lifestyle. It shouldn't be a task. It shouldn't be a hassle, like, oh, I have to do it. It should never get to that point. It should be something that just fits seamlessly into your life. People will often say, oh, our ancestors did this. You know how cringe it is to me, when I see self-improvement content creators talk about, oh, 30 years ago, this guy did that. You gotta understand that we're living in a completely different generation right now. We have options available to us. For example, I'm hungry right now. I can go to my kitchen, which is literally like 20 steps away, and grab something to eat. People, 100 years ago, if they were hungry, they just have to starve themselves or go and freaking kill an animal to eat. And you can't compare these two generations. You can't be like, oh, we have to behave like how people did back then. That's just, I don't understand how people even, come to that thought. Like, how can you even think about it? I just personally think it's quite stupid. You can think what you want, but I don't think it's even fair that you can compare the lifestyle of 100 years ago to now. It's, when you have the options, you're more inclined to want to take part in those options. You don't have the options, it's like, duh, you have no option. You can't do anything about it. All I'm going to say is, do what's the best for you. And as long as self-improvement is leveling up your life and not making you feel like, oh, it's making your life worse, then you're doing it right. If it feels like, it's making your life worse, you got to take a step back, sit down, see what you actually want out of self-improvement and why you're doing it. Go ahead from there, because when you listen to these content creators, it may seem amazing, they may seem motivating for that 20-minute period in the video, but you have to really look at it for yourself. You're different from them. You got to look at what you want and adjust things accordingly. That's all I have to say.